What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, then just welcome. Today, I want to start my Scratch tutorial series. I will be making my first ever Scratch video tutorial, or just tutorial in general. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching how to make a main menu screen with a working button and everything. So I'm going to start by renaming this project to main menu and deleting the Scratch cat because I don't need it. Editor's note, I forgot to mention, there will be timestamps in this video, so you can skip ahead if you don't want to see certain parts. So, go ahead and skip ahead. So we're going to go ahead and paint a new sprite, and I'm going to name it main menu, but you can name it whatever will help you, know what it is. I'm going to rename the costume too because of OCD reasons, and start making a sprite. So I've just imported my most iconic character from that I use in, almost all of my games. This is Block right here, as you can tell by the name. And he is a block. Hence the name. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and size Block up and put him in the middle. I'm going to shrink him down a little bit. And then I'm going to thicken the outline a bit more so that it doesn't look all weird. And boom, there we go. So you just want something in the middle of your screen, and that's the first step to making this sprite. Then you're going to want to write some text, and yeah, it's just some text, you know? Then change the text to any color and font you want, just whatever you think looks best, and then size the text up quite a bit so that, it's big and you see the name of the game. This is going to be the name or whatever you want on your menu. It could be game over. This could be a game over menu. Anyways, you want to go ahead and center this text in your screen. And then using your up arrow key, or whatever you have in your editor, just move it up top. And look at that. It's centered in the top. I'm going to move it up a bit more, actually. And yeah, that's the design for this sprite. Now we're going to go ahead and go into the coding. So get out a one green flag clicked block, and we're going to broadcast a message. This is going to be main menu, all caps, so that it's easy to find later, because this is going to be used a lot in my tutorials in any game I make. I'm going to go ahead and save. So one green flag clicked, broadcast main menu. You may be wondering why we can't just reset it with the green flag, but for some games, if you want to go to the menu without completely restarting the game, then this is just a great way to do that. So now what you want to do, switch costume to menu, or whatever the first costume you have is. I don't know, you might have some different menu costumes for other things. Set your size to 5%, then repeat 19 times. Change the size by 5. But before that, we want to put a go to 00 under the main menu block, the broadcast main menu. And now what this does is it will completely reset the menu screen and make it have this cool effect when loading in. You can change this effect up a bit, set size to 10 and then repeat 9, change it by 10. Just whatever you think looks best, as long as it adds up to 100. Or just whatever you want to do. I don't know. I'm not forcing you to do anything. Now we're going to go ahead and make a new sprite. Now you want to go ahead and make a play button sprite. I already have one pre-made from some other games I've made. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this sprite to play button. And then I'm going to rename the costume too. So yeah, just design this button however you want it to be on your main menu. Now we're going to go into the of the coding portion of this sprite. Real quick though, I forgot to say that after you switch the costume, you want to make it show right here. In the play button, we're going to start coding now. When I receive main menu, we want to go to X0, -120, or anything around that, depending on how your main menu looks. That looks very bad for me. So I want to change this to -135. And that looks a lot better. We set the size to 10%, and then repeat 9 times, change size by 10. So it'll do the same effect as the main menu sprite. Of course, after the go to X0, Y, -135 thing, we want to show the sprite so that, it will actually appear. Now this code is going to be a little tricky, so we're going to add a repeat until loop, which this will actually act as a forever loop. If you just put an empty repeat until, like if you put a repeat until with the Boolean thing empty, I learned this from another YouTuber actually, then it actually runs better than a regular forever loop, and it will still do something forever. So we want to check if the sprite is touching the mouse pointer, and then get a little piece of code that I learned from a GriffPatch tutorial, because I am not smart enough to make it do that on its own. So you want to change size by get a multiplication block, 0.2 times, get a minus block, 130 minus, and then put size in the second space. And we actually want this to be an if-else loop, or if-else check. And then the else is going to be change size by 0.2 times 100 minus size. So you can change these values to whatever fits your game best. It just makes the play button change sizes when you put your mouse on it, which is a really cool touch. So in the if touching mouse pointer, we want to add another if check, and it's going to be if mouse down. Now, if touching mouse pointer and if mouse down together are actually way better to use than when the sprite clicked. If you want to cover this in like a static that's transparent, then you can still click it because it's just checking if it's touching the mouse pointer. You'd be clicking that static sprite, but you're clicking the play button instead. So now we want to broadcast a new message. This message will be start game, and it's going to start the game when this is clicked. Then we want to add when I receive start game, hide. And then we'll put that in the main menu sprite too, so that it does the same thing. So now if we check this project out, look at that, it's super cool when it starts. And now the play button changes size and everything, and we started the game by clicking it. Now that's all for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that it helped you out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Please consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed, like the video. Some title screens may vary depending on the type of game you're trying to make, but this is basically most type of games. I hope this helped. Goodbye, guys.